Let's talk business now. Heavy profit-taking occasioned by the weak macroeconomic environment, insecurity, inflation, amongst other factors. Investors in the Nigerian stock market lost 2.57 trillion naira in the month of October 2022. The Nigerian Exchange Limited capitalization had gained over 4.15 trillion naira in the last 9 months amid inflationary pressure at 20.52%. However, on monthly performance, investors lost over 324 billion naira in the month of September 2022 due to sell-off pressure from rising inflation rate, increased monetary policy rate, the MPR, market sentiment, and other macroeconomic headwinds. Now, joining me is on News Central is Aziz Lawal, the Managing Director, Trust Bank Asset Management Limited. Thank you, Aziz, for joining me on the news.
Morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Good morning, my pleasure. Now, Aziz, we see that the market has been full of profit-taking, according to the data from the Nigerian Exchange Limited. For the sake of our new audience, what exactly is the profit-taking?
Yeah. Once again, thank you so much for having me. Yeah. So in the market, different factors drive activities. One of them is you go into a stock with the intention that you buy low, then you sell high. So you go into a stock, you buy 2 naira, when it is 2 naira 50 kobo, you sell. So that act of selling, because you want to take your gain, is profit taking. So you bought it at 2 naira, you're now selling at 2 naira 50 kobo. So you're taking 50 kobo in profit. So that act is called profit taking simply. Thank you.
Now, how would you rate the Nigerian Exchange Limited as of October, which is last month? What would the rating be?
Yeah, I mean, October's performance, I mean, year to date is we saw the fattest bearish performance. So easily, I mean, in September, the market was down by 10 points, over 10%. That's the fattest we've seen since before 2020. So in terms of rating, that's the biggest bloodbath we've had in over 2 years. Thank you.
Now, Aziz, let's look at the interest rates, especially in the U.S. Now, many stock markets have been impacted by the increase in the U.S. interest rate. What exactly do we say about the NGX as regarding the U.S. rates? Would we say that the NGX was severely affected by that?
Yeah, for the NGX, we may not say that severely affected, but then typically when rates rise in the U.S., it affects everybody really. When rates rise in the U.S., it affects inflow of foreign investment into emerging markets and Nigeria inclusive. For more context, it's a case of a foreign investor bringing funds to Nigeria. You know that you're going to get higher returns in Nigeria. Now, imagine a situation whereby the country where you're coming from, U.S. in this case, is also giving you higher returns. What that means is that you are tempted to hold the funds back. So what now happens to the emerging market, a case like in Nigeria, for example, is that it tends to impact inflow of foreign investment. And if liquidity is reduced, definitely liquidity into the equity market on other markets as well is kind of reduced, thereby reducing performance. So we have seen, I mean, for a long time now, we have seen that the foreign investors have not really been present in Nigeria. That's why we really cannot attribute the current lull in activities in the equity market to the absence of foreign investors specifically because of rising rates. Because really, since the turn of the year, we've really not seen them in Nigeria as far as foreign investment is concerned. Thank you.
Managing Director, Trust Bank Asset Management Limited, Aziz Lawal, thank you so much for joining me on the news.
Thank you for always having me. Thank you.
My pleasure.